Hi. I hope you guys have had a good stay at home. You're keeping safe. You're washing hands. I hope you're doing your work. This is the last week, so I wanted to drop some information on linear expressions. We have a couple of situations that we're going to look at. We have a situation in which Jane buys two skirts and five tops, and she has another friend. Her name is Louisa. Louisa buys three skirts and two tops. Now we want to form an expression as to how much they spent together. We're going to call the skirts S and we're going to call the tops T. So June has two skirts, which is 2S, and five tops, which is 5T. So the expression is 2S plus 5T. Now, Louisa has three skirts, which is 3S, and two tops. So we're going to call it 2T. Now we're going to add all of it together, Jane's amount and Louisa's amount. This is equal to 2S plus 5T plus 3S plus 2T. I've already taught you that you bring all the like terms together. Okay, you cannot add apples and oranges, but you could add apples with apples, and you could add oranges with oranges. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add all the skirts together. Sorry, we have 2S plus 3S, which is 5S. And then we're going to add all the tops together. We have 5T plus 2T, which is 7T. Okay, now we can't add the skirts and tops together. So we're going to come up with 5 skirts plus 7 tops. And the expression will be 5S plus 7T. Remember, S represents the skirts. T is the variable for the tops. All right, let's look at another example that we see in your work. Okay, we're looking at 4 people. Okay, Dylan, Alan, Bruce, and Cecil. Okay, what we have here is that Dylan weighs D pounds. D, as in the variable D. Because it's unknown, we're just going to call it D pounds. Alan weighs 3 plus 2 times Dylan's size. Okay, so since it's 2 times, we know it's 2D. Because Dylan's size is D, 2 times D is 2D. Right? But it says 3 more than Dylan's size, or Alan, than twice, sorry. 3 more than twice the size of Dylan. So Alan's size is 3 plus 2D. Now let's look at Bruce, okay? Bruce weighs 3 times as much as Dylan's size. Okay, remember that Dylan's size is D. So if Bruce weighs 3 times more than D, our answer is 3 multiplied by D, or 3 times D, which is 3D. But it says Bruce weighs 3 times more than Cecil and minus 12, and less than 12, same thing. So we have Alan's weight as 3 plus 2D. We have Bruce's weight as 3D minus 12. Now it says Cecil's weight is a combination between Alan's weight and Bruce's weight. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add their weights together. Okay? Remember, Alan's weight is 3 plus 2D, and Bruce's weight is 3D minus 12. So here's what we're going to do one more time. We're going to put all the terms together and write it as an expression. Okay, the linear expression is 3 plus 2D plus 3D minus 12. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to add the D's together, and we're going to add the regular numbers together. So we have 2D plus 3D, which is 5D, and we have negative 12 plus 3, which is negative 9. So our expression is going to be 5D minus 9. Okay, let's look to another thing that we're going to see in your in your work, you're going to look at distributive property, you're going to look at the associative property, and you're going to look at the commutative property. Okay? The distributive property simply says this: A parenthesis B plus C. Okay, so you have A outside and you have a parenthesis, B plus C is the same thing as AB plus AC. Okay, so you multiply A by B and you multiply A by C. You're distributing. Okay, you're multiplying A by B and you're multiplying the same A, you're distributing it and multiplying it by C. Okay, so let's go on to, that's the distributive property. The commutative property, right? You can add numbers in any order. Okay, that's all it's saying. You're adding numbers in any order. So 6 plus 5 is the same thing as 5 plus 6. 8 plus 10 is the same thing as 10 plus 8. Okay, 20 plus 5 is the same thing as 5 plus 20. A plus B is the same thing as B plus what? Plus A. All right, let's look at our final thing that we'll see in your work. This is called the associative property. Okay? No matter how you group the numbers in an expression, the sum remains the same. So you have A out of the parentheses B plus C is the same thing, is equal to A out of the parentheses B plus C. So once again, you have A plus B in parentheses and C on the outside is the same thing as A outside B plus C. Okay, so I'm going to give you another example. You have 2 plus 4, all right, with the 6 outside. 2 plus 4 is in the parentheses. It's the same thing as saying 6 plus 4 with 2 on the outside. Okay, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you real quick. 2 plus 4, 6, is the same thing as 2, 4 plus 6. Okay? So, here's again, A plus B with C is the same thing as B plus C with A on the outside. It doesn't matter how you regroup the system, the sum is still going to be the same. Let's look at that one more time. The associative property. Okay? So, what does it say? A plus B plus C, sorry, right? Plus, I forgot to add the plus, I apologize. Is the same thing as A plus B plus C. So let's look at it again. Okay, let's look at it one more time before we conclude. 2 plus 4 in parentheses plus 6 is equal to 2 plus 4 plus 6. I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay. Let's turn this upside down and let's look at it. Okay. So you can see it very well. Right? 2 plus 4, parentheses, plus 6 is the same thing and is equal to 2 plus 4 in parentheses plus 6. Now let's solve that. Let's see if they're the same. Okay, so we have 2 plus 4 in parentheses, which is 6. And 6 plus 6 is equal to 12. Now we have 2 plus 4 plus 6. 4 plus 6 is in parentheses, which is equal to 10. And 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. So it doesn't matter how you regroup these numbers. They will, the sum of these numbers, which is the addition of these numbers, will still be the same. So don't forget what we learned. We had to make a linear expression. We used variables. Okay? We used variables to make our linear expression. We took information that was given to us in a word problem, and we used variables to make a linear expression. Okay? Then we discussed the distributive property, the commutative property, and the associative property. Okay? I hope you have a nice one. Take care.